What's up, guys? This is Sin, and I am back here with the NPA Season 4, Week number 9. I think it's Week number 9? I think it's either Week 9 or Week 10. I think it's Week 10, actually. Because during PAX East, we had the bye week. It's Week 10. And now, we are facing Kyle W. and the Montréal Toucannadiens. If you guys are excited for today's video, make sure you guys drop a like. I know this isn't the most ideal way of me doing a video, but I'm also in the middle of moving, and I don't really have time to do a full, live recording type stuff, because moving takes up a lot of my time. Anyway, this was actually a really good match. He brought Monferno, Shift Tree, Dartrio, which is the second time we faced Dartrio this year, believe it or not. We faced it week 2 against the Straw Hat Swamperts, coached by Lindomar, and we ended up winning that only match of the season. That's our only win of the season so far to this point. Cloyster and the Crossbow. The Crossbow was one of the Pokemon that was going to be hard to deal with because of its ability to just wall and hit hard. This thing just knows how to deal damage. So we brought Ferrothorn, Golurk, Gardevoir, Starmie, Galvantula, and Charizard X. Let's get this battle underway, and I'll make sure that I have Kyle W's links in the description, and check out his side of the battle. So we'll see how this one turns out, and he's going to lead off with his Monferno. Good play here, because I wanted to lead off with Ferrothorn, and, you know, to my surprise, he didn't go for a Fire-type move right away. He went for Stealth Rock, which was actually the correct play. So that's a thing. So we had I Stealth Rocked myself because I thought he was gonna. I didn't want to switch out because I was like, maybe he'll go for something else, or maybe he'll overpredict. Which, in a sense, he didn't, but in a sense, he did. He had an opportunity to get a good kill right there, but little to his knowledge that I had an Aqua Berry. So I go to Golurk here, and he goes for Fire Punch as expected there, but it actually does more damage than I thought it was gonna do. Which is kind of surprising. Now, he withdraws, and I'm thinking, oh god, I'm not going to take another Fire Punch. So he goes Shift Tree, which is kind of surprising. Which could have led me to believe, like, oh, maybe he could go to Shift Tree. I would have never thought he would have switched out. He had the opportunity right there to kill with Monferno, but he didn't. And I misplayed this so hard. Sucker Punch has been the bane of my existence all season. It happened against John. It's happened to me a few other times. I know more notably against John when I had Mega Charizard set up, and a couple D-Dances were up, and I got critted with a Sucker Punch. It's been the bane of my existence all year. But here comes Galvantula with a Bug Buzz. That's an insta kill right there. That's gonna do it. That's an instant one-hit KO, and down goes Shift Tree. So he brings out back his Monferno, which is going to break his ability to do any sort of Focus Sash work. So I withdraw, and I'm going to be a little risky here. I'm going to go back into Golurk here to pretty much sack it off, because there's really no point in me bringing it at this point. I didn't get to use it the way I wanted to either, so there's 2 deaths right there. That's two misuses right there on my end, which is kind of unfortunate. I do take the big damage here from Charizard X. I'm going to go into... Obviously, I got to Mega Evolution first turn. But we take half damage already. So that's already, you know, a big blow. Or you would think. So he goes for Mach Punch. And that's fine. You know, I'm going to go for a Dragon Claw, thinking it might kill. But this actually benefits me in more ways than one. Not killing him gives him the ability to Mach Punch again, but this gives me the opportunity to Roost. So I decided to I'm going to go with this little tactic here to stall out to try and get Charizard X back into at least a good enough health range to where I can at least be healthy and set up D-Dance. So I got the ability to do that. That warms my heart greatly. And he misses Gunk Shot, which I don't know. It only does 27%, which I was going to Roost next turn anyway. So you get the picture. It doesn't really matter all that much, considering how much Roost I had. So he goes for another Gunk Shot. It's going to do about 27 to 35. It does probably closer to 35. But I have 2 D-dances set up already. So this actually does benefit me. So I'm going to go for another D-dance. I only had one of them up. So I have 1 D-dance up. And wouldn't you know it, you know? Now, I could have played with this a little bit. I should have played with this a little bit more, actually. Get a 3rd D-dance up. And get that instant kill with the Dragon Claw. But I didn't. And I could have went for a 3rd one. I go for Roost, which is a good play. Yeah, it's a great play. Roost is a great play for health. But I could have set up a 3rd D-dance. And I would have definitely killed it from this range, considering the fact. But hindsight's 20/20. So hindsight's 20/20 for a reason, man. I would have probably gone up for a 3rd D-dance and probably would have killed the Politoed and not had my stats dropped. I would have not had my stats dropped at all, and I would have had a clean sweep. But alas, that didn't happen. That's fine. So he brings out Necrozma. Necrozma is the one that we were waiting for. That was the one that we were waiting for a lot. And if I would have had the D-dances all the way up, that Necrozma would have not existed. We got the crit, which actually kind of does help us out a little bit. But Automize, it doesn't matter how many. It doesn't matter if we had 1 D-dance up; it still would have outsped us. That's the problem we have. That's the problem where it lies. But he goes for Rock Z. Which is going to end our lives pretty damn quickly here. Unfortunately. There's nothing we could have done. I mean, if we would have went for a 3rd D-dance, we would have killed the Politoed, no problem. That's not the issue. We should, hindsight's 20/20. Hindsight's definitely 20/20. We should have went for a 3rd D-dance. But we misplayed Charizard X. But we got Ferrothorn here, and he's gonna pretty much get rid of Necrozma at this point. Yeah, we have Heat. He has Heat Wave, but I have an Occaberry, and he does land a critical hit. So I have the hacksiest battles in the league. I swear, everybody who battles me is just expect hacks left and right. Like there's 2 crits right there. We had a miss or 2 earlier. We had a crit earlier in the match, I think. Yeah, this match is just full of crits. So Ferrothorn is going to pick up the kill there against Monferno with the Stealth Rock kill. But this is where things get a little interesting. We have our Ferrothorn facing a Dartrio. Obviously, we're going to die right here to Earthquake because we definitely get outsped by a Dartrio. Now, if the crit didn't happen, who knows? We may have lived that. But then again, that's all arbitrary. I don't know that. I don't know that. That's just very arbitrary. Now, another thing that I went for Giga Drain for the simple fact that it was super effective and I could get health back. But it lived. Dugtrio's not even a defensive mon whatsoever. It somehow lives this attack, which blows my mind. And now it just seems like I misplayed in the sense that I misprepped. Because Energy Ball would have killed it, for sure. Gardevoir would have came in and cleaned up right afterwards. I'm only saying this because it's true. You know, I didn't have it. I had Shadow Ball. That was my only attacking move on Gardevoir. Shadow Ball was going to take care of Dugtrio. And that was that. Now, another thing, though, is if I didn't run Shadow Ball, I had so many opportunities to win this game. It was freaking crazy. It's fucking bananas. I go for Shadow Ball. Now, if I had Moonblast, this thing dies. This thing dies. Just pure and simple. I win the game. But I misgenned it. I misprepped. And that is the story of this game. I misprepped. And I'm not going to blame my assistant coaches for this whatsoever. This is all on me. So we're going to take the finest of Icicle Spears right here. Because Gardevoir has no physical defense whatsoever. And we're going to lose 1-0 to Kyle W. Good job on his part, though. You know, he prepped pretty well. Whiter threw me off for sure. And he did pretty well with the setup with Necrozma with the Automize and killed Charizard X. So he made some good plays. Sucker Punches, again, is the bane of my existence. Killed 2 of my Mons once again. But, I mean, it sounds like I'm salty, but I'm just frustrated, you know? When you sit there and prep, and you get on the short end of the stick more oftentimes than not. I mean, I'm on a 7-game losing streak, guys. I mean, of course, I have the right to be frustrated. Who wouldn't be? I mean, yes, it's for fun, but it's like, I don't want to look like a bag of shit either, you know what I mean? So, I mean, we'll see how the rest of the season plays out. We have 3 more games left. The next week, we're taking on the Exception, and he is the coach of the Tampa Bay Luxrays. We faced him last year in the NPA, and we ended up with I think it was a 1-0 or 2-0 win. And then we have week 12, we have CantoCast. He's the coach of the Tapu Cocoa Puffs. And then we have Iron Boffin, coach of the Rochester Rhydons. Those are our last 3 games of the year. So, obviously, we're not making playoffs, but let's just not finish in the basement. That's our goal. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will talk to you guys next time. Peace out.